everyone, it's Jenny. I'm back again to show you some more things that I've made for the 100 Things Challenge. So I'm now up to 35. So 35 I made birthday cards. So I'll show you here. I've used jelly prints that I did a while ago as background, and I've also made embellishments with them, so hearts, and the strip for the happy birthday that I've stamped is up on some cardboard on some of those puffy mounts. I've forgotten what they're called. So I've done that. I've done best wishes inside, a few hearts out of the jelly print paper, and the same on the envelope. So I made quite a lot of these in different colours. They're maybe I'll bump you a bit closer. They're pretty much the same idea. I started doing these because I have a lot of family members who have their birthday in June, and friends as well. So, and then I thought, well, I'm on a roll, may as well keep going. This one I've done with leaves instead, because I thought too many of mine are a bit girly and I need some for some men, so I made with leaves instead of flowers. There's different flower. Yeah, they're fun to make. I made a few I've already given away, so I can't show you those, although I did take photos, so I suppose once you've seen a few, that's enough. I really like these colours, pinks and oranges. There I went a bit berserk with the hearts. So that's 35 birthday cards. 36, I've got 10 more altered business cards to show you. Try and hold them a bit closer. There's just a painted background. Generally, either when I'm jelly plating or painting in some other way, I will wipe paint off on these cards as backgrounds. And then I've done some dots in some gold metallic paint. I've done these scribbly hearts, which was I've got some watercolour paper that I splashed watercolour on, and so this is all the little bits off the edge that I didn't want to throw away, so I cut hearts out and then just scribbled around them. And then this is a frog sticker I had lying around in my bits box, so I stuck that on as well. So that's the first one. Second one, over the painted background I've put some gauze that I dyed with some pink paint, I think it was, watered down paint. And I've got some that painted fabric strip that I did following Josie's tutorial. I made kind of a twisted flower out of some purple fabric. That's a little bit of a swirl inside a lace, so I cut that out and then stuck a bling in the centre, and I made that into a flower. Magazine birdie ornament thing, and a couple of dragonflies and dots around the edge. This one's another sort of abstract thing where I've just made a flower out of odd bits of paper, doodled around them and squiggled around the edge. It's another abstracty one. There's things I had in my bits box, scraps of paper. I've cut some hearts out, a butterfly, dragonfly, a strip of paper scrap, and this letter T that I had in my box, so I just stuck that on as well. And I've coated everything. I can see it's really glossy. I've coated in that gloss Mod Podge, and I've just done a little stitching thing round two edges on that one. This one is, here it says, I feel my own reflections. plain background, so then I did some dots and then circled them in black pen. Flower made from that really heavy, thick watercolour paper. Again, that was like these that I made from the splashed excess bits. I made a flower out of that as well. Just scribbled around it, put some glitter in the centre, and there's a butterfly I cut out of drop paper with a bit of glitter on it too. This one, another abstract background, just where I've put bits of paint and different shapes, and then I've made some funny flowers out of scraps. Drop paper for stems, some little bits of a leaf that I cut off, and some circles for flowers with bling centres. This one's really abstract. Oops, sorry. I have to check more often, don't I? Make sure I'm not right off the camera. Yeah, abstract wipe off paint, some of that painted fabric, a bit of gauze and a flower. Nothing too fancy with that one. I mustn't have been in a very creative mood. This one just had the purple, pinky purple and red paint on it. So I added a drop paper heart that had a bird stamped in it. Just squiggled around the edge, put some dots on it. Put this little sparkly flower thing and some butterflies. Here's one, just had a black background, so I've added white dots and glitter dots. Stuck down some scraps of book text and put some of that glittery watercolour paint on. A couple of flowers and then a butterfly, all made from scraps. This one here is another abstract type one where I've just put lots of scraps on. There's a strip of cardboard there with some flowers on it, bit of drop paper, butterfly from drop paper, hearts from drop paper, and just scraps in a circle. So they're those cards. So that was 36, 37. I wanted to show you a journal page. I'm working in this book lately that I altered by following Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. She showed how to fix one of these books so you can work in it as a journal by pulling a certain amount of pages out and putting masking tape down the centre. So I've been working on this on and off, and I thought I'd show you the first page that I haven't shown you. I've already shown this one in a video, and the next one is one I did. I was actually on holiday at the time that I made this, which I'll do another video on about my holiday, but I was sitting outside and I took with me a minimal amount of supplies so that I was limited in what I could use. So I just had some watercolour sticks I made a bit of a patchy background with, and then went round with markers on some of them. And then I used some images I cut out of magazines. So here I made this into a flower and put glitter in the centre, and then I made these two little bits, or 4 bits, with flowers and drew leaves on them. And then this one I stuck a magazine flower. I had a sticker dragonfly and a sticker bird and this lovely lady, and I had this thing that says leave a little sparkle wherever you go, and it looked really nice until I dropped I dropped something, I can't remember what it was, and it ruined her face here. It pulled everything off. So I thought, oh, I don't know what to do now. So I just ended up sticking this flower over the top, which looks funny, but then I thought, oh well, her finger's up, so it's like she's holding it in front of her face. But anyway, it's not supposed to be a super artwork. It was just a bit of fun playing in my journal while I was having a relaxing time. So that's what I wanted to show you. And the last thing, I have to actually take the camera off the tripod, so I shall do that and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so this is a crochet blanket I've been working on for months and months. It's really big. And I did this because I took inspiration from Dee, from Betsy Doodle, who did this with her wool scraps, where she just crocheted a blanket. And what I really liked was she left all of these threads hanging, so I've done the same, because if you're a crocheter, you know how tedious that is to stitch all those back in. And people that have come and visited while I've been working on this have said how much they really like that it's that sort of shabby look, that it has all the threads hanging off. And I really like it too. So thank you very much to Dee for the inspiration. I made it so big. I've got so much wool, it's ridiculous. So I really wanted to use a lot of it up. And I made it so big because I wanted it to be my full body length and double thickness, so that it's going to keep me really warm. I have it as an extra sort of throw on the end of my bed that I can pull up if I need it. So yeah, that's 38, I think. So I've just done lots of different stripes of all mixed colours and left all the bits hanging. You can see how big it is. I love it. I love all the bright colours, and I love that I've used up a ton of wool or yarn. It's not actually wool, it's a acrylic yarn, but yeah, that's it. That's the last thing I wanted to show you. I'm feeling good that I'm using things that I've been hoarding for ages. So thanks again to Rebecca from Dances with Pitbulls, who started all of this, making us use our stash. Alright, that's it for now. I'm going. See you again soon. Bye.